This was an incredible rookie year, and it was highlighted by Judge and Bellinger as we talked to MLBpipeline.com's Jim Callis. Happy New Year, Jim. And let's start with Judge and Bellinger, actually, because you watched them growing in the minor leagues. How shocked were you when you saw them blossom like this so quickly?
Well, we knew we had power, but it was shocking. I mean, I was probably as much on Cody Bellinger as anybody. He looked great in the fall league the year before, and I was telling people this guy's going to be up, and he's going to make an impact probably quicker than we think he will. But I didn't see him hitting 40, whatever home runs he hit this year. And then Judge, it was funny. I mean, I remember last year coming into the year, I think we had Aaron Judge ranked around 45th or so on our top 100 prospects list coming into the year. And everybody on Twitter was killing us. Oh, you got that guy way too high. He struck out almost half his at-bats in the major leagues a year before. Again, you knew you had power, but I mean, he never even showed that kind of power in the minor leagues. So even though we knew these guys were good, I think you would have to call it shocking. I mean, how can you project that kind of power from a rookie?
Yeah, and it's rare. I mean, you cannot expect to see anything like this again coming up, although there are some big prospects. So give us somebody that's coming up, a rookie of the year, whatever you want to call it. Who are we going to get excited about? Maybe not to that level, but someone that's going to steal the show as a rookie.
Well, you want to talk about unrealistic expectations. How about Shohei Ohtani? I mean, he's rookie eligible. He's going to play both ways for the Angels. He's got crazy stuff on the mound. He's got big raw power. He's got well above average raw speed. So, I mean, I think he's the favorite. I mean, if you want to take him out of the mix, the guy who, you want to talk Yankees again, Scott, I think Gleyber Torres, even though he had Tommy John surgery on his non-throwing arm and missed the second half of last year, he was pushing for promotion at that time. The Yankees don't really have a clear second baseman or third baseman right now. He can really, really hit. It would not shock me at all if for the second year in a row the Yankees had the Rookie of the Year and it's Gleyber Torres. He's unbelievable. In the National League, the guy I think we all have to talk about is Ronald Acuna, MVP of the Fall League like Torres was 2 years ago. This guy can hit for power, he can hit for average, he can steal bases, he can play center field. It's just a question is, for me, Scott, is the Braves, are they really going to contend? Did you bring him up and start the service clock ticking? But from an ability standpoint, he's unbelievable.
20 years old, Ronald Acuna. This will be his age 20 season. I'm super excited about him. I'm all in on Acuna. Let me ask you, going back to the minor leagues, if you guys, you and Jonathan Mayo, do you guys have to change your projections for rookies nowadays? Because we've actually seen, like you mentioned with Judge, players come up from the minor leagues and actually have a power surge, even right away in the big leagues. Where does that fall for you guys? Like, do you have to change the way that you're evaluating players now?
I think you do. I mean, the way power has just shot up last year in the big leagues, if you're looking at a guy who maybe his primary tool is power and he doesn't do a whole lot, maybe that guy's a little less valuable because power is easier to find. Also, I think when we're trying to put grades on power, which we do, for everybody on our prospect watch, for all the position players, when you're putting grades on guys, a couple years ago, 15 to 18 homers was kind of average big league power. Now, to me, average big league power would be more of a 20 home run guy. So you kind of have to adjust the grades you're putting on players, too, just with the way the home runs have increased dramatically in Major League Baseball.
Okay, Jim, let's get a fan base super excited. I saw the article you wrote about the most improved farm systems heading into 2018. So give me a team or two.
Well, the team, I think the number one team to me is the Oakland Athletics. Coming into last year, or I guess it's still this year, coming into 2017, they were kind of a middle-of-the-pack system. To me now, they're one of the top 5 or 6 systems in the game. They made 2 really nice trades. They traded Sean Doolittle and Ryan Madsen to the Nationals. They got Jesus Luzardo, who's I think going to emerge this year as one of the best lefties in the minors, and Sheldon Noisy, who's an RBI machine, a shortstop or third base, probably fits better at the hot corner. And then they trade Sonny Gray to the Yankees. They get 3 quality prospects, Dustin Fowler, James Caprillion, Jorge Mateo. The first 2 guys are coming back from injuries but still have huge upsides. Jorge Mateo is one of the fastest prospects in the minor league. He can play short, he can play center. They had a nice draft. They got maybe the best all-around athlete in the draft in Austin Beck. I thought Nick Allen in the 3rd round was one of the bigger steals in the draft. And then if you just look at guys who improved during the year, Sean Murphy's a guy I saw a lot of in the Arizona Fall League. He might be, I think he and the Cardinals' Carson Kelly are the best defensive catchers anywhere in the minor leagues right now. So A's really clicking on all cylinders. Farm system, to me, is the best it's been in about a decade.
Jim, let's stay AL West to finish off. So I think it's a strong division, and I think some of the farm systems are changing. The Angels, for example, have been towards the bottom for a while. So just let me know what you think of Angels and also Rangers, since we're talking to CJ Nitkowski after that. Aren't they kind of dipping in terms of what they have in their system?
They have. I mean, the Angels, when you're talking about being towards the bottom, they're pretty much at, or, you know, if you were ranking all 30 systems, they probably would have been 29th or 30th ever since Mike Trout graduated to the big leagues, and that was 5 years ago. But they're another team that's improved. They're more middle of the pack now. They signed Ohtani. They signed Kevin Maitan, who was the cream of the crop internationally a couple years ago after he became a free agent as part of the Braves scandal. They got Joe Adell in the draft. They also got a pitcher out of UCLA in the draft. Griffin Canning is interesting. Internationally, they got a guy, Trent DeVoe, who can really run. He's from the Bahamas. So their system, you really made some impact signings. You know, they've really elevated themselves, too. And you're right, the Rangers are going in the other division for other direction. The Rangers, for years, had one of the better farm systems in baseball. Still a lot of homegrown players in Texas. But they've graduated those guys, and they've also made a lot of trades to go out and get veterans. So the system isn't as deep as it used to be. Although I did like the trade they made when they traded Yu Darvish last July. I think Willie Calhoun, getting back to something we were talking about at the top of this segment, Scott, Willie Calhoun, probably one of your better rookies in the American League this year. They got him from the Dodgers in the Darvish trade.
Jim, thank you. Happy New Year. That 2018 prospect list, likely January. And real quick, Shohei Ohtani, would he be on that list? Does he count?
He qualifies. The way we do it at MLB.com is if you're subject to the international restrictions, you qualify. So Shohei Ohtani qualifies for the top 100 prospects list.
There you go. There's your answer, folks.